do an intro and
That's fine.
All right. Hello and welcome everyone to Back at the Desk. I am senior writer for the Daily Tar Heel, Jonathan Jones, alongside interim head football coach Everett Withers. Coach, thanks for meeting with us.
Oh, thank you. Appreciate you guys having me on.
Absolutely. So, Coach, you're a new head coach, and you have a quarterback who has thrown 2 passes in college.
Right.
How much are you going to be leaning on him, and how much is he going to be leaning on you this year?
Well, I think, and I made this statement earlier, is anytime you have a quarterback that's young, that's inexperienced, you have to rely on the people around him to play well. We can't expect Brent Renner to go out and win games for us. That's not the way the offense works. So what we'll do is we'll try to be efficient running the football, giving him some things in the passing game, but we'll try to help him build his confidence and become a better quarterback as the season goes on.
Gotcha. Quentin Coples is slated to be a top pick in next year's NFL draft already in these mock drafts. Describe his freakish talent on defense, and who does he remind you of?
Well, I mean, Quentin obviously has the size, speed measurements that all the NFL scouts look at. I think his strength is an attribute. I really think Quentin is still, ways away from being what he's going to be. Hopefully he'll progress and grow this season. But we think Quentin has all the ability in the world and can help us be a really good defense. So, his abilities are what they are right now. We hope they continue to get better.
Sure. Now you're the interim head coach. And with that tag, how do you stay focused when the future is unclear? And better yet, how do you keep the team focused when there is no certainty for a year from now?
Well, I think anytime you're a football coach, you're day-to-day anyway. And that's why I've always been in this profession, that I've been day-to-day. So, my focus is, take care of what I can take care of, and the things that I want to take care of with this football team and the kids on this football team. So, it's not an issue with focus for me, because every day is about trying to make this environment good for our kids.
How much support have you received from Tar Heel fans and Tar Heel Nation since becoming the head coach?
Well, I think I've received a lot of support, and I try to look at the support not so much for me, but for this football program. I want the support to be for this program. I want the students to be in that tar pit yelling and screaming and make that a great environment for our team when they come out. It helps us in recruiting. I want the alumni and the lettermen to be in the stands yelling and screaming, because the kids owe that to them to go out there and play well, and they need that support back. The faculty, we want them in the stands, because we want to show our faculty that we're going to do it both on and off the field. So I think this thing has to be a community effort, and my whole deal is, as we keep playing and keep doing the things we need to do on campus and on that football field, hopefully the support continues to grow.
You're kind of banged up in the backfield right now, with Ryan Houston recovering from an injury, as well as Giovanni Bernard with his hand injury, a fractured hand. Is that any concern to you?
Right now it's not, because I think Gio's injury will be something that we can he could play today if he had to. He's been practicing just like he has no injury. He can catch the ball. He can do all those things, so we're not as concerned about that. Ryan, I think we've done a great job this offseason and this summer taking care of him. This camp, we've done a good job. Ryan's probably in as good a shape as he's been in since he's been here. Right. So hopefully that'll be a plus. So we're looking forward to getting those guys back to full speed game week and getting them going.
With the recent findings at Miami, as well as what transpired at UNC with the agent-related benefits, how close of a watch do you keep on the relationships that your players have with folks outside of the football center?
Well, I think that's part of the culture now. I think as a football coach, you have to be diligent in making sure your players are doing the right things when they're away from here. And I think that becomes part of the job. As an assistant coach, as a head coach, as compliance, but we have to be really diligent in watching and making sure people don't try to infiltrate your football team and hurt your football team. And there are people out there that will, so we have to do a good job of monitoring our kids. And our kids understand that. I think they understand that after what's going on. You know, you're learning from history,
right.
You know, and that's what you want to do. When you see mistakes and see how things happen, you have to learn and teach your kids and use it as life lessons.
Butch Davis instituted a sign-out sheet policy last year. Is that policy still in place this year?
We've got a policy in place that requires our kids when they leave to sign out, yes.
Okay. Take me back to July 27th and when Coach Davis was fired, and what was your initial reaction? What were you doing? Just kind of describe how you received that news.
Well, I mean, I received it. We had a staff meeting, and that's how I received it from Coach Davis. And obviously, I was disappointed, upset, just like all our other people in the building were. And I'm a staunch proponent of Coach Davis and a friend of Coach Davis, and hopefully, always will be. And yeah, it hurt me, but at that point, at some point in time during that day, I felt like we had to move on because he would want us to do that. Be a good football team, take care of the kids, and move on. So at some point in time, I had to flip the switch and start getting ready to help this football team in whatever role I was going to be in.
Mm-hmm. Describe your relationship now with Coach Davis.
Well, it hadn't changed. Mm-hmm. I mean, we don't talk every day, but you know, I think he knows how I feel about him, and I think it's mutual.
Now, a lot of UNC fans and students and student athletes kind of don't necessarily believe that NC State is UNC's rival or a rival of UNC. But no one on this team knows what it's like to beat NC State. Is the November 5th game going to be any different for you or for the players than any other game?
Well, here's what I think. You know, we talk about goals, and one of our goals is to, you know, we want to win the state championship. And if we're playing teams in this state, we want to win. So obviously we're going to put effort in to beat any team in this state because we want to win the state championship. So if NC State's on that date, we're going to do our best to beat NC State, just like we're going to try to beat James Madison. Right now, November 5th isn't in our mind. September 3rd is.
And speaking of September 3rd, kind of describe, if you can, what your emotions, what your nerves will be like on the sidelines right before kickoff against James Madison in your first day coaching.
You know, I hope I'm focused and you know, trying to do the best job I can for the kids on the field, and nerves and emotions won't come into play. You know, I hope I can take the game and all the way we practiced this camp and all the situations we've been in. I can do my focus is going to be doing the best job for these kids and put them in the best positions in this game.
Well, Coach, thank you very much.
Okay, thank you.
I appreciate it.
All right.
That'll do it for Back at the Desk.